The MG42, or Hitler's buzzsaw, is one of the most iconic machine guns in military history, a weapon that struck fear into the hearts of soldiers during World War II. It was a product of German engineering, designed to be a highly effective, reliable, and versatile machine gun that could be used in a variety of combat situations. With its high rate of fire and rugged design, the MG42 became the backbone of the German infantry, as well as a symbol of firepower during the conflict. In this video, we will explore the history, design, and impact of the MG42, as well as its lasting legacy in modern military firearms. The story of the MG42 begins in the late 1930s, a period when the German military, the Wehrmacht, was looking to develop a new machine gun to replace the older and more complex MG34. The MG34 was a versatile and effective weapon, but it was expensive to produce, difficult to manufacture in large numbers, and had a slower rate of fire than desired. In response to these limitations, the German military wanted a new machine gun that could be mass-produced and deliver a high rate of fire. The task of designing this new weapon was given to the German arms manufacturer Rheinmetall. The result was the MG42, which was officially introduced in 1942. The MG42 was designed with simplicity in mind. It was a recoil-operated, air-cooled, belt-fed machine gun capable of firing 7.92 to 57 mm Mauser cartridges, the standard round used by German infantry weapons at the time. Unlike the MG34, the MG42 was much easier to manufacture and maintain, allowing it to be produced in much larger numbers. This was crucial, as the German war effort was facing increasing pressure as the conflict dragged on. One of the most distinctive features of the MG42 was its high rate of fire. It could fire between 1/200 and 1/500 rounds per minute, a remarkable feat for a machine gun of its size and weight. This made it one of the fastest-firing machine guns of its time, and its rapid-fire capability was one of the reasons it became so feared on the battlefield. The MG42's ability to deliver a nearly constant stream of bullets made it an invaluable tool for suppressing enemy troops and providing cover for advancing infantry. The MG42's design also featured a unique quick-change barrel system. This allowed soldiers to replace a hot, overheated barrel with a fresh one during combat, ensuring that the weapon could continue firing without issues. This was a critical feature, as the MG42's rapid rate of fire could quickly cause its barrel to overheat, especially during long bursts of fire. The MG42 was used extensively during World War II, and its presence on the battlefield was felt throughout the war. It was a versatile weapon, capable of being used in a variety of roles. It could be carried by infantry as a light machine gun, mounted on a tripod as a heavy machine gun, or mounted on vehicles such as half-tracks and tanks. Its ability to be used in multiple roles made it one of the most adaptable weapons in the German arsenal. The MG42 was often employed in defensive positions, where its rapid rate of fire could suppress enemy troops and prevent them from advancing. In these situations, the weapon was typically mounted on a tripod or a fixed position, allowing it to provide continuous fire in support of infantry. Its ability to deliver such high volumes of fire meant that it could create a wall of bullets, making it difficult for enemy troops to advance without facing heavy casualties. In addition to its role in defensive positions, the MG42 was also used in offensive operations. It could be mounted on vehicles, such as tanks and armored personnel carriers, to provide suppressive fire during an attack. The MG42 was also used in anti-aircraft roles, where it could be mounted on anti-aircraft tripods and used to engage low-flying aircraft. Despite its effectiveness, the MG42 was not without its drawbacks. The weapon's high rate of fire came at the cost of increased recoil, which made it difficult to control in some situations. The rapid rate of fire also caused the barrel to heat up quickly, requiring frequent barrel changes during sustained engagements. This made it challenging to maintain the MG42 in combat conditions, especially when supplies of replacement barrels were limited. Another issue was the weight of the MG42. While it was relatively light compared to some of the heavier machine guns of the time, it was still cumbersome for soldiers to carry for extended periods, particularly when used with its tripod or vehicle mounts. This limited the mobility of the weapon, especially during fast-moving combat operations. However, despite these drawbacks, the MG42 was an incredibly effective weapon that had a significant impact on the battlefield. Its high rate of fire and ability to suppress enemy troops made it a fearsome tool in the hands of skilled operators. One of the most significant aspects of the MG42 was its psychological impact on the enemy. The weapon's rapid-fire rate created a distinctive sound, often described as a high-pitched buzzsaw noise. This sound became synonymous with the MG42, and Allied soldiers quickly learned to recognize it as a sign of impending danger. The psychological effect of the MG42 was immense. The sound of the buzzsaw could strike fear into the hearts of enemy soldiers, making them hesitate or even retreat in the face of such overwhelming firepower. This effect was particularly strong during close-quarter engagements, where the weapon's high rate of fire could create an unrelenting barrage of bullets. The MG42's intimidating sound, combined with its devastating firepower, made it a weapon that was feared by soldiers on both sides of the conflict. It became a symbol of German military power, and its reputation as a deadly and effective machine gun was well earned. After the war, the MG42 continued to influence the design of machine guns and firearms around the world. The weapon's simple yet effective design and its high rate of fire served as the inspiration for several post-war machine guns, including the American M60 and the Soviet PK machine gun. The MG42's quick-change barrel system, recoil-operated mechanism, and versatile design were all adopted by future generations of firearms. These features became standard in many modern machine guns, making the MG42 one of the most influential weapons of the 20th century. The MG42's legacy also extends to its continued use by various military forces around the world. In the years following World War II, surplus MG42s were sold to or captured by several countries, including Israel, Yugoslavia, and Finland. These countries produced their own versions of the MG42, often chambered for different calibers, and continued to use the weapon in various conflicts throughout the Cold War and beyond. Today, the MG42 remains an iconic weapon, recognized for its role in World War II and its lasting influence on modern firearms design. Although it is no longer in active service, its impact on military weaponry continues to be felt, and its place in history as one of the most feared and effective machine guns ever created is secure. The MG42 was more than just a machine gun. It was a symbol of the power and innovation of German military engineering during World War II. Its high rate of fire, rugged design, and versatility made it one of the most effective and fearsome weapons on the battlefield. Whether used in defense or offense, the MG42 was a weapon that could turn the tide of battle, and its influence can still be seen in modern machine guns today. As we reflect on the MG42's legacy, we are reminded of its role in shaping the future of military firearms. Its design set the standard for many of the machine guns that followed, and its reputation as a deadly and efficient weapon remains intact. The MG42 is a testament to the relentless pursuit of innovation in warfare and the enduring impact of military technology. From its introduction in 1942 to its continued use in the years after World War II, the MG42 remains one of the most iconic and influential weapons in military history. Its legacy continues to shape the world of firearms and will be remembered as one of the greatest achievements in the development of machine guns.